The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
The views and opinions expressed
We
in this
Mixed It
program.
LLC.
We're going live, bro. It's crazy.
On that note, welcome to Thank the Light, the Wheel of Time podcast. We are your true source, the purest light, your companion cast, a warder, if you will, for this journey through all things Wheel of Time. I am Desmond McNeese. I will be your pod mistress, and these are my wolf brothers. You're welcome, everybody.
It's just the one wolf brother, actually.
It is just the one. You know who you are, Justin? I figured out who you are today. Oh, happy birthday, Justin.
Yeah. Yeah,
Justin,
yesterday. Happy birthday.
47?
Yes, sir.
47.
Let me know if the background noise gets to where you can hear it, okay?
I'll let you know. Justin has the distinction of having my most recent ex-girlfriend, my last ex-girlfriend, I think, if this whole marriage thing keeps working out, shares Justin's half birthday. So happy half birthday, Sage.
Yes.
But anyways, I can't believe it's taken us almost 200 episodes to figure out what our nicknames are. But you are the Big Tomato.
Who's the big tomato?
You are.
Why?
Because that is the nickname for Sacramento. And everybody in this show refers to everyone.
Two rivers.
They're all two rivers.
Boy, Billings.
Oh yeah, what's Spokane? Let me see. Well, no, because it's always where you're from. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
what's Jeremy's? Manteca? I think that's also tomatoes or maybe beets. There's like a sugar beet factory.
They didn't. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a sugar beet factory in Billings.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Magic City. I forget that we were called the Magic City.
The Magic City.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Hey Houdini, what are you doing?
So we got and unfortunately Elk Grove doesn't have its own nickname. Only Sacramento did. So we're the.
Oh no, Elk Grove has a nickname. It's the Thundering Herd.
Yes.
I was talking with my coworkers today. She was like, "Yeah," she was like from San Diego or something. She was like, "We were the, whatever, Aztecs. I don't care, something, like that.
Yeah,
Bulldogs maybe. I don't know." She's like, "What were you guys?" I'm like, "Oh, the Thundering Herd." She was like, "The fuck's that?" And I go, "Oh, it was a whole ass elk." She's like, "Oh, you are country, aren't you?" A little bit. That's fine.
A little bit.
Bill Cartwright went there. Fuck you.
Yeah, you guys had quite a list of celebrities from there. I went to the Elk Grove Wikipedia page to study up.
We had some almost pro athletes.
Yeah, you had a couple of
a couple. Jason McDonald was a guy who was from my school. He's in the same baseball program. He's a pretty good guy.
Yeah, that's what I learned moving to California. Like, whenever you're living in Montana and you're watching the Olympics, you're like, how come everybody is fucking from California? Like, how is our entire and it's like, I don't think this
because they're rich and you can practice like 10 months a year outside.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's practice
almost every sport.
No matter what sport you have. Yeah, swimming.
Just a short drive.
You can play whatever sport you want all year long.
Facts.
So okay, as usual, I've been making this threat for 3 weeks now. I'm excited and I'm tired, so we got 1 hour. We'll probably go 90 minutes again, but I just wanted to say that up front in case my tiredness actually does catch up with me, and I'm
gonna predict that we get in under 70 minutes for sure. Maybe under an hour. I don't have a lot to say.
I am gonna be a huge asshole. Can I?
I kind of am too.
The show kind of.
John, I love you, but stop giving it 10 out of 10 to this fucking episode.
I kind of got what I wanted in this episode, and I didn't.
And you're mad about it.
Yeah.
I was thinking that the entire episode. I'm like, Desmond's gonna hate fuck this episode. Jeremy watched it. He'd just kill himself.
Like they just left half the characters out of it so they could focus. Should be a good thing. Hated it. An awesome.
I found myself going, what's going on with fucking Elaine's tits?
Yeah,
what's going on in Tanchico? You know, like that's actually it's when it comes to the show, it's a more important storyline because they're actively trying to fuck Rand and get the domination bands. I feel like maybe just touch in, just check in for a second.
Yeah,
we don't need to watch Alanna and Maksim fuck. Check in with 90.
Well, I do, but yeah, like the cold open should have been Rand, and then we spend 50 minutes in the Two Rivers, and then the last 5 minutes is setting up for next week. Like,
right. Well, and this was crazy fat. I was just like, I saw Aram, I was like, pfft. And then I already, but in retrospect, I already like him better than Book Aram.
Book
Aram.
Yeah.
He's a cockbag. And I was gonna say before I was like, just the one wolf, brother. But it was I will be your sort of violent tinker. He killed the Trolloc. It was gonna eat. Hey, you wanna know what happened to the baby? If Aram didn't kill that Trolloc, that he was gonna eat that baby.
I was so happy because I know I'm not supposed to like Aram, so I'm waiting for the turn. And I was like, oh fuck, he's gonna kill that baby to shut it up. He's gonna.
I was thinking that too.
Like,
I was like, oh, he's gonna fucking smother that fucking baby. Shit. And he's gonna die anyway.
But they did a good job. Like, there's definitely a turn coming for Aram because they kept on because I've loved him up until this episode, but the way they're filming him, they're like, you don't like this guy. Just don't.
Well, and actually, I didn't really get that vibe this episode. You actually really feel for him when like his, I guess, grandmother kind of just looks at him like, you're really gonna eat that fucking disgusting meat? Yeah, I'm fucking starving, and we've almost died like 4 times. This might be the last meal I get. Yeah. You want me to run far? I need some energy.
Oh my God. Did you love the snickering from the Aiel when the Tinker said that no one can run faster than them?
That wasn't even snickering. It was like, fuck you. You serious?
But they got him on a level, right?
I like the conversation more about what they would do to him. And
did you see the Jack?
Well, I was like, the Jack motion, and then
I missed that.
This means fucking in Aiel because it's fucking wetlanders. Even their shadow runners are soft. Yeah. That was the most gangster thing I've ever heard in my life. I did write down. I was like, if Bain and Chiad die, I'm a fucking riot because I will play fucking whatever, fucking puncture my butthole with your spear with those two. They're fucking bad.
That is the first sideshow I want. I want the Bain and Chiad.
Bain and Chiad and Loial?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Let's just get right to it. Really? Like, it's probably not as big of a deal for you. The fact that Loial's, like, spoiler alert, book spoiler, turn it off. Loial doesn't die in the books, and he writes this epic, like Odyssey and the Iliad tale of Rand and Mat and all of the things that he lives through. And it's like, it is literally like the history of this age. And now he's just, I'm hoping he's not dead because there's lots of layers in the ways. So some bridges are above others. So maybe there's another Waygate around there. It's below there or something. I feel like he's dead. And I feel like they must have had to do that because that actor was going to be doing something else or something, or they know they're not getting renewed. So sorry, bro. This certainly felt like a rushed kind of like, well, let's get it to a place where if we get a chance to finish it with a movie or two, we can.
They fucking better not, because if they can replace Mat, they can fucking replace Loial. Like Loial, whoever's playing Loial, you're doing a great job. I hope you're staying around. I think you're still alive. If it's because they don't think they
didn't see him dead. So, it's like that old fucking like Walking Dead trope. Well, did you see him dead?
Yeah.
If you didn't see them getting eaten by the Trollocs, then they may not be dead.
Yeah.
Just saying. Oh, I can't wait to watch the Whitecloaks review on this. They're gonna shit all over this episode.
Yeah, is it just was everything just a little askew of what the book did? Like it was book.
No, I mean it was pretty book accurate.
Okay.
It was more about the ways they did stuff just pissed me off. Like okay, you're setting up the choke point in the pass. I get it. She collapsed all the bridges. So line of sight channeling, absolutely a thing. They make like siege towers so they can see, a mile is probably about as good as it gets. She is channeling what's your best guess? 5 miles, 10 miles away to drop all those fucking, ice daggers on the Trollocs. It's far. It's fucking far.
Are you sure?
I mean, I don't know. Shit, maybe I'm fucking got a blind eye and I don't judge distance well outside, but it seemed like it was pretty far. Yes, you can see. I get it. It's also computer generated. And how much would you really be able to see from where they're at? Like, okay. Here's what I'm saying. Think of it like, okay, here's my fucking stupid military brain for whatever reason, because I wasn't in the military. Let's talk about past lives. Let's start a podcast about that. You've already got one. Never mind. All the answers. Let's go. Listen to that. It's got 1 million episodes as well. I know way too much about World War II stuff. Why? I don't know. I played some video games. Anyways, think of it as
you
like a mortar
hung
strike,
out
bro.
with Mark. You hung out with Mark Berlin for 10 hours a day for 10 years.
Mark doesn't know that much about World War II shit. He knows about 70s Vietnam shit.
Ah, okay. All right.
Trust me. And Korea. His dad was a SEAL in like those.
But still military. Like some of that military shit.
No, but the stuff that pops in my head, I remember like playing games and like knowing what, letters meant. And like, that's a fucking tank. I didn't need to know. It's weird. Anyways, we're not going to get into that. What I'm saying is think of it as like a mortar strike or an aerial strike. The accuracy that she had when they're only fucking, let's say generously 100 yards apart. And none of your people got hit with fucking friendly fire.
Yeah.
I'm going to call bullshit on that. I get what you're doing. It's a show. Fine. I'm not mad at it. I'm just like,
but if she could see it, if she had line of sight, that would make more sense that she could.
Right. Well, it's just reinforcing what Moraine did last year to the Sean Chan chips. Yeah. Fish and chips, mate.
Fish and chips.
No, the Sean Chan. Believe it or not, Des, I am pretty fucking sober right now.
We'll fix that.
This is my second whiskey after work in like 3 hours. So I'm just saying.
All right.
Trying to live better, bro.
Do it.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
I still do cocaine. Just kidding.
I know Kelly's always like,
am I?
Kelly's always like, I'll just have one or two glasses of wine before bed. I was like, no, have a bottle at 5 p.m. and then pass out by 7. Then you'll get a buzz and all your sleep.
And then you won't have to wake up at 9 and get 2 more.
Like,
my problem is I'm drinking so much that I get headaches in the middle of the night, and like that's got to stop.
Excess and moderation, people. Excess and moderation.
It's more like stop drinking cheap Canadian rock gut. Seriously, because that's what I've been drinking. And then I got like a bottle of Buffalo Trace, and I had 1 shot, and I was like, cool.
Ow!
I'm like, oh, so it's like weed then. The better?
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah. You have expensive taste, Justin. Stop it.
You're an old man.
I'm allowed, right? I love that Loial knew the maiden hand talk. I don't think he'd like that. When they were like,
that's right.
But then they also say that he's a weak piece of shit, basically. And I would never fuck someone who's such a beta cock.
That's right.
I mean, was it verbatim? I mean, no. But, I mean.
So, hey, my son went to my son does not have any hearing deficiencies, but he went to a primarily deaf and hearing impaired preschool. So.
Oh, I mean, that's, I think that's kind of cool.
It was super duper.
I think that's kind of cool.
Because they did sign language all the time. So even if they were talking to Cormac, they would do sign language so the other students wouldn't feel left out, like they were telling secrets. But
that's cool.
The first thing you learn about sign language is how much nuance is necessary. Like,
what? I can believe that.
There's a lot of stuff that's like, if I do this gesture after this,
I wouldn't have to spell it out.
Yeah, it means one thing. If I do this, and just like pay attention so I don't have to spell out every letter. Like, get the gist.
Well, and I suppose that makes sense because there's a lot of things in Spanish like that. You'll say
Yeah.
something and he'll be like the literal translation would be like, "I petted the cow," and it's like the translation that they would say it in the context would be like, "You're full of shit," you know what I mean? Like something like that. You're like, "What?" So I could totally believe that is. It's funny. There's I have a deaf lady that comes in a couple times a week, and she is the sweetest person in the world. But it stresses me the fuck out for some reason because she comes in and she wants to ask how I'm doing, and she's taught me how to respond, which is cool.
Oh.
But then she always wants to give a hug, and she's super nice. She's not like weird or gross or anything. It really, and honestly, every time I get the hug, I feel better. I'm gonna cry right now. But like I have so much anxiety when I see her coming in some days, man. It's like I don't understand why. I think because I'm uncomfortable with hugs.
Oh, everybody, if you see Justin out of the street,
I literally feel like that is a thing in my life at this point because if people who like, you were from the bar business, love you, bro. I love you. People be saying that shit. And I'm like, cool, bro. Have a good day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't, man.
I guess you were part. I was like, we hugged all the time, but I guess you and I really didn't.
You're my boy. We would hug all the time. That's different. I mean, like when people do like the coworker thing or like,
I just figured
like
you got caught.
You see all the time.
I just figured that you got caught up in all those hugs too. But now that I think about it, it makes sense that we hugged because we were boys. But all right, everyone, give Justin hugs.
Not a big hugger. Especially now, my poor children. I hugged them, but whether they wanted it or not, it's another question.
not after their 14th birthday.
Gross, dude. Come on.
It's gonna be so weird having. Oh my god, I'm so not looking forward to having a house full of 14-year-old boys and girls.
No, I'm glad it was over. We didn't have that hard of a time. Our kids were pretty good. Fuck. I'm gonna have to like fucking play.
Now you mute. Now you're muted. There you go.
Yeah, my bad. It muted me because I lost that earbud. So
change it. Okay.
Because of course I didn't put them on the charger because I'm a dumb shit.
So let's go back to the top before we get too far into this episode. Aram, Bain. Oh, it was interesting that they did the Bain and Chiad called the Tinkers the Lost Ones.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's a thing. Do they call each other Lost Ones? Like, do the Tinkers think that the Aiel is the Lost Ones?
I kind of think it goes both ways. I don't think you ever hear. It's like the Tinkers are too polite to say it, but I kind of think, basically. Yeah. I mean, my thing about that Tinker thing too, it's like he killed a Trolloc, dude. Like it wasn't like he even killed like a Darkfriend person. He killed a Trolloc.
Yeah.
But I guess, they kind of are just reinforcing that. Like, I mean, in that sense, it's so subtle, but great, decent writing for people who aren't too dumb to catch it, like myself. I barely caught it. The fact that they didn't want to eat the meat of an animal.
Yeah.
And it's just like, they're kind of saying, it's just like, it'd be the same as like killing a deer. It's like, if the deer was trying to eat you, would it be the same?
Well, I don't know. And they're being hardcore about it too. They took the meat out of the stew.
Yeah, but I mean,
the fact that it's stewed. Yeah. Trust me,
it's only what you do to people that you hate. Oh, I'm vegan. I'm allergic to fucking.
My grandma was my grandma tried to be nice to my girlfriend once, and she made this beef pie, but she made one pie, and she just put all the beef on half the pie, and so it's like the other side is just soaked in beef juice. It's like,
what do they say in Texas when it's like they mean fuck you? Bless your heart.
Bless you. Oh, bless your heart.
Because honestly, she was trying though, and it's just like the fact that those are the people that put some people in power right now. I'm just saying.
Everybody, eat your protein. I would say eat your meat. I think you should eat your meat. That's the best way to get your protein. If you're not eating your meat, you got to work even harder to get all your protein.
Yes, you do.
It's fine.
That's why I eat meat.
Meat is so
well, and like another kind of like, Alanna's recruiting, and then you can channel, and all of a sudden don't you want to learn how to use your power? And then she can conjure some crazy shield. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Like I felt like they kind of gave us a little bit of time lapse in the Two Rivers because, they had built towers and all of the, spikes and stuff like that. So I feel like,
Yeah. And like the Whitecloaks supposedly have like I don't understand what the fuck the Whitecloaks are doing here, because they could lock down the Two Rivers like a maximum security prison. But they're like, hey, you guys are under our thumbs, but we'll be back in 3 days, so don't try nothing.
It's like a classic Bond trope, like,
it's like
what the fuck?
It's like
what are we doing here?
Yeah, and I don't. Yeah, I just the whole, and maybe that's me too, because even you talking about when she rains down the icicles, like I can't get my spatial awareness figured out of like, I know the Two Rivers is quite a hike, but I didn't imagine it in the middle of fucking no, and it got smaller this time too. Like I kept thinking going into this episode, knowing we were going to see a lot of the Two Rivers. I'm like, I think I keep thinking that the Two Rivers is this like town of 20, and it's got to be a decent city. I mean, all these kids are growing up and marrying each other. Like no one's marrying outside of the Two Rivers, so there's got to be there's got to be a couple bloodlines flowing to keep these kids separated. And then I saw it today, and I'm like, I mean, I guess they're all farmers out. They all have their own acreage out on the outskirts.
Right. You probably have a couple hundred people who live in town max, and then you have people in the surrounding areas, basically, I'd say. So,
and a couple hundred, like that seems really high.
Yeah, that seems generous, right? Yeah. Well, they did a good job of making it feel really full. In that sense, like they really did. Like they made it feel like this. The battle scenes were up. They were very shot well. They were up front, and like it felt very chaotic and stuff. But you can still like, they did like 40 really good Trollocs and just kept recycling them.
Oh, and
I did like the blending. I thought the blending of the special effects in the Trollocs were pretty good. There was a few moments where it was, but like for the most part, it was okay. I don't know if I love the kind of like lichen mouth that comes out, but
yeah, I didn't like the fully animated Trollocs for sure.
Yeah, they weren't great, but I mean, it wasn't. I've seen worse from the show. So
why? Like I don't.
I feel like the sets they had to build and the places they had to build them cost a lot of money.
But you already have Trollocs. Like you can shoot around those scenes. Like I know it's hard, and if they were all animated, fine, fucking go nuts, like fight cartoons. I don't care. But you obviously have, like you said, you obviously have 40 good Trolloc costumes. Like put some more,
at least, right?
Yeah, put some more horns on one. Shoot it at close angles, and
I'm kind of mad that I've seen them in makeup and stuff, but I still haven't managed to catch a bird-beaked Trolloc yet.
Okay, Justin, I'm sorry. I do see it now. I was trying to convince myself that she was spinning those weaves closer to the actual damage, but no, you're right. That's way too far.
It's pretty far away, right?
For her to not catch any Two Rivers folks by accident.
Well, and I mean, in that sense, they did a good job showing the strain that she was putting on the other channelers because she, think about, and I almost feel like they did this to kind of like, retcon's not the right word, right? Because they didn't really fix anything, but they were just reinforcing that like the ending of season 1. Like, see, we're linking. See, look how much she's stressing these little girls, and look how much she's stressing this person that really doesn't know how to channel, but just has raw power. Like, they did a good job of conveying that. But even linked with 4 Aes Sedai, even if they're immensely naturally powerful, that's a fucking stretch. We're talking fucking what, 15 miles?
Yeah, and the distance doesn't bother me, but yeah, her miss, and that's something where they could have even fixed.
That's another thing they're doing to reinforce something that they already did that people didn't like.
Right.
You know, it's like people were all mad about Moraine channeling at the Shan-Chan ships, and why was she able to kill them? It's like, well, to her, it's a direct threat to her entire world because they're trying to kill the Dragon Reborn. That's not hard for me to wrap my head around. That she's channeling 5 miles at some ships. A little bit harder because she didn't have a Angriel. She was just her. She was just doing herself, and that was like a good couple of miles. And still, it's like if you just want to do like a finger thread weave of Balefire 6 miles, like that's gonna cost some power, but like it's got like it's a good weapon of choice because you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. The way she's trying to like blow up those ships that far away, the amount of power that it would require is a fucking lot. Yeah. So, you know, the fact that they were linked in this episode, it's like, okay, I can buy it. Don't love it, still can buy it. Moraine, it's like, okay, you're, you know, I get you're strong. Doing a little too much, girl.
Well, and they keep talking about powerful, you know, and Egwene is the most powerful Aes Sedai they've seen in thousands of years. They talk about it all the time. I haven't been able to see anything
that says that Egwene is just so powerful.
or that someone else is weak with the power.
Like, even Nynaeve has done some shit that's like, oh, everybody's like freaked out about when she healed everybody in the cave and stuff like that. It's like, oh, but that was something I saw just like being on Twitter for like 10 minutes while I was kind of killing time. Someone's like, so we've officially seen Matt's sisters, and I think it's Days Conger channel more than Nynaeve this season. Like, she has done fucking fuck all. And, you know, we did see her smile last episode, albeit under like she had to be compulsed to smile by Mogadin.
Yeah. She had to drink all night with Alanna. And
boy, I feel like my opinion of this season really took a turn tonight. Actually, I'm super bummed. Well, I didn't hate it. There was some stuff that really fucking went, oh, come on. Because you got some good stuff. Like, you get to see the 2 rivers bows. Like, that's a thing. Like, everybody's like, you can't pull that bow back. And then like a 10-year-old's like, I shot bullseyes. I'm trying to goose out of the air on the fly. I thought Loial was thirsty at first, and then I realized that he was like tricking them into be like, okay, you can go now. They were setting up his death the whole episode, so I think he might actually be dead. I hope he's not. I think it's one of those things they leave it ambiguous, so if they do get a 4th season, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Why? Oh, this is a scene.
I'm pretty pissed about it, actually. I'm trying not to be, but I'm pretty pissed about it. Because I was calling it. I was like, he's going to break the fucking bridge so that they can't get across. And then I saw him hitting it, and I'm like, he's going to fall, not them. And I'm fucking not happy about it. I'm like, just step back when it starts to fall, you asshole.
Well, and what could happen is if he finds a different way out, he could unlock the secret that is going to propel the show their ability to like, instead of traveling, maybe they find a new way through the waves that's much more secure and easier to handle. And maybe
you guys went to the Manetheren A Waygate. You should have went to the Manetheren B Waygate. That one's safe. Don't trip. Loial really fell like 20 feet onto the next platform, and he's like, I'm good.
Here's what pissed me off. It is such a waste of time it was a cute scene. Like, this is one of those scenes where it's like, Rafe, you just wanted to do this. You just wanted to be cute and do this, and we don't fucking have time for your cuteness anymore. We got to stick to this thing. For him to trick them into playing Maiden's Kiss so he could unattach from their bond, only for them to immediately figure out how to reestablish that bond. You just wasted 4.5 minutes, and we're right back where we started.
Well, and while that is annoying as fuck, that is the way of the Aiel's thinking. It's redundant as fuck and annoying, but we don't need 4 minutes of it. It's like you said, he always is trying to be too fucking cute. He's like, well, look what I put in here with this little nuance. That's great, dude. But you know what? The people who are show only people won't fucking get it. Or if they do, they really won't get the full meaning of it, like someone who read the books. And even someone who read the books, it's like, it's, you know, I was just like, I just laughed because I was like, really? Like, for Hassan, I'm like, well, that's good. It's showing some of how stupid G-To is and how fucking bass backwards it is and how dumb it is to like the way they do it. Like, and then I'm also like, this is a TV show and we have limited minutes. Why the fuck are we doing this?
I would have been more satisfied if they just would have had a threesome for 4.5 minutes. I would have been like, all
seriously,
right,
like,
you know what?
Like Skin and Max style. Throw some like,
like you're going into battle. Loial is probably an 80-year-old virgin. Like, let's go.
Bro, you just nailed the recast for next season. Steve Carell.
He's a pretty hairy Trolloc.
That guy is hairy. He could, you know what? He could pull it off.
He could be my Trolloc. Oh my god, I don't.
Loial isn't a Trolloc, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Dude,
sorry.
You're fucking being super racist right now. Super fantasy racist right now.
Well, you're tall. You're taller than me too, so I always think you're a Trolloc when you come visit me.
Especially with my fucking horns and my teeth. Fucking listen to my wife. You'd think I had them both.
Oh,
cut that out, bro. Just cut that out. Cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Like family matters, man. Wrong show. Full House. My bad.
So you choose, Justin. Is Matt a sheep tutor or a bladder blower?
He's definitely a sheep tutor.
That's who I was supposed to be. Hi, my name is Desiree. I will be your sheep tutings tonight. Oh, I love that his sisters were clowning him. That was so great.
I'm like, how funny that his sisters think it is. You know what I think is funny? Is how funny Alanna thinks it is that two little girls burned. You know, okay, I don't want to get into this too much. The colorism on the show, I haven't thought about it too much, but I have been lately. And you put one black guy in shackles with a bunch of white dudes and let him off. You burned another one, but a couple of white girls. I'm just, I don't think they're it's not on purpose. And I think, you know, they have casted a lot of people in color in a book series that weren't always super clear about what people look like. They would have certain characteristics, but they wouldn't really go into skin tone a whole lot unless it was like the sea folk were dark because they were in the sun all day. So maybe kill him another way. Fucking just blow him to fucking pieces or something, but maybe don't burn him.
Can a brother get stabbed?
I mean, like, did one of them channeling some sort of a rope and the other one channeling the fire not want any of that? Or like, oh my God. While I was super satisfied that he died, I was still kind of like, man, maybe could he got killed by a Trolloc? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe got killed by the other black villain, Padan Fain. I don't care. But I mean, and then Alanna just kind of laughing like a serial killer about it. I mean, I get she's got a, stake for her chest, but...
You know what? Well, you know why Child Valda had to... Do you know why Child Valda had to burn?
Because Matt's mom.
No, well, yeah, that and...
Well, they said for mother.
Well, but we saw him burn like at least three Aes Sedai. Like that's his thing, is burning witches.
No, I know. I understand why they did it, but
that's an okay thing within like No matter what color you are, if you kill people by
No.
burning them,
And you know what,
die
Desmond?
by burning. And I know
I agree 100%.
I know you're joking, but I also just like, well, I don't know. I don't want to say that you're making.
I feel like it's fair, but
but
also I can see why some people who are really, really sensitive to those types of things, especially in media, would be like, I mean, they pointed out that you know, Mogadin's buddy that got the like last week was also not pale. And so, you know, I mean, there's so many different races and colors, like people got to die. If they had to cast white people to die so that it would feel fairer, I feel like that's doing a little bit of a disservice. I'm sure that's probably terrible coming from a white guy, but
they made all the white people omnisexual, so you can't kill them.
The biggest bad guys in the book are mostly white. Kill them. We saw a lot of them die this episode. You know, and like I get it, it's more main character based. I get it. Fucking, but good. Even Valdo was a fuck. I'm glad he died.
Has Alanna officially outlived her book life? She's supposed to be dead.
She makes it till like basically the very end before she gets dead. And like fucking Alanna barely a scratch to die. Like Jesus, I got to attribute that one to Lauren. I saw a post of his, but it's like she has been a fucking pincushion this whole season, and she's obviously the girls must have healed her once they figured out how to get mad enough to channel it even Valda because she's fine.
Yeah,
you know, so off screen, if you will. We did get a thank the light.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, when he's talking about the figs and then he didn't give it to her.
Oh, then he gave it to her. I was too busy getting my pants off because I wanted to be part of that threesome. I knew once he ate that fig, it was on.
And she's like, baby bird me that fig, big fella.
My God, those two. That was pretty hot. Just to like, because those guys have had such a rough couple episodes. I kind of like that they were just like, I loved it too when she's like, don't you like it when I'm rough with you? And he's like, no, the other guy liked that. Like,
I know.
Like, I'm gonna like, obviously it sounds like this guy just sat in the corner and ate sandwiches while they fucked all the time, because like she has been
fucking wetlanders.
Because they made it out like a threesome, but once that dude went away, she was like, I don't know.
I don't like white boys. Pinito, so sorry.
No cucky, no fucky.
No ticket.
No ticket.
A few things that I did really like. You get some, but again, it's the writing on the show either fucking bashes you over the head or spoon feeds it so much you miss it. You get a couple nods to Perrin's hearing, how good it is. He's like, if you want to sneak up on people, like fucking take your knives out. I was like, no one can hear knives rustling against fucking leather. That, you know, like, okay, you know, stuff like that. But it's very subtle, and you're just like, oh, he's, you know, she's got a lot of knives, is what you think more than he's got good hearing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But again, like only book reader people would get it, or you know, or if you're really, really into it and you're watching every video that on YouTube and trying to figure it out, you know. You know, him wanting to send her away is a little bookish. Like she comes back with Whitecloaks in the book. We'll get to that after this season if we keep going on the books. He sends her away, and instead of sending her away, she goes and gets half an army from, you know, one of the other kind of towns that is in the Two Rivers, you know, because the Two Rivers is a region and Eamon's Field is their village. And there's a village called Terran Ferry where Moraine sunk the ferry. And then there's a place called like Devon Ride, I think, that is south. But, you know, so she goes and gets people and Whitecloaks from there as like reinforcements to save them.
I always forget that the Two Rivers is the Bay Area. And then within the Bay Area,
in a way,
you get
a little further in, and there's Sacramento's Maryland.
Yeah, then you get to
Just a shitty city.
Then you cross the spine into Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, exactly. Hit the waste in Nevada. It's terrible.
Oh no, the waste is definitely south. Oh yeah, I guess that's Nevada south.
Yeah, you know, whatever. East, spine of the world. Doesn't matter. We'll make it fit our narrative like everyone else on the internet. Yeah, dude, no one can run as fast as the Tuathon. They're like, what? Fuck out of here.
I feel like at this point,
but that's kind of like a double entendre because it's like nobody's a bigger pussy than Tuathon, and then they're like, we're bigger pussies. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like you don't know what you're saying. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well,
Bless
I feel like the Tuathon are such fucking like so like wouldn't running be a form of fighting? Like isn't it? I mean, fighting is a way of survival, and all running is a different way of survival. So, a
non-violent form of survival, Desmond.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Said.
Let's move on.
Well,
That's good radio.
I don't get the sense that Tuathon ever run. Like they could walk for days. Like I would not want to get in a hike off with a tinker. But
yeah, I feel like they just bow down and take it like a circus. They're like, fuck it. This is the cards I was dealt. Just chop my fucking head off. I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you got an all-out sprint, I don't think they'd last more than a mile.
So there's definitely some seeds sown into this to if we do get to go further. One of them that I noticed a name, Sheain, at the Waygate. I gotta look this up. I believe Sheain is Demandred, who is a Forsaken that comes in at the very end of the show, kind of like a romantic ventress to Count Dooku. She's definitely kind of like, from a certain point of view, she just believes that he's the chosen one that's meant to kill the dragon and then rule in the Dark One's name and make everything better, like, you know, whatever. But they dropped her name, and I believe she's connected to Demandred, so maybe the last Forsaken that we haven't heard about, if we get more seasons, will be Demandred. That would be interesting because he got kind of pushed back in the show because he was supposed to be another character and everybody kind of figured it out, so he changed it, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what happened. I have a note. Fucking Wetlanders. Let's see. Oh, Lord Luke. Small parts in this. He's who shot Alanna.
Oh,
guaranteed. It's not book canon, but the way he starts showing up, people start catching shit. He can kind of step in and out of the world of dreams if it is this character. You know, I'm going by book canon on that, what I'm predicting. He can jump in and out of the world of dreams, and he's basically two souls in one body. And when he's in the world of dreams, he is someone who is related to Lan, who was a dark friend. And Lord Luke is actually related to Rand and the on his mother's side, he's an uncle, I think. I think he is the brother of his mother before she took off to the waste. And they're like kind of combined in this like dark friend type person that's, you know, something other than a dark friend, not quite a channeler, but very powerful in the world of dreams. Similar to, there are some Aiel dreamwalkers who can't channel, but they're really powerful in the world of dreams. He's like that. Perrin can't channel. He's super powerful in the world of dreams. He's kind of a wolf brother type. Think of him that way. He's not a wolf brother, but think of him that way. That's more setup.
Who?
Lord Luke. He was with Faile. He was with Dain. He shows up and he's like, "What Trollocs?" I just came through there.
Okay, because
I
could only picture Dain. I don't know. Was Luke in this episode?
Twice.
God, I don't remember him at all.
Just kind of a fucking plain Jane, kind of blonde haired dude with a fuzzy little dickhead mustache.
Oh, you mean a white?
Yeah, basically. I mean, he's with them.
Yeah.
But and you know, it was cool that you got to see Loial kind of wreck shop and see how strong he was. I still am just not happy about that. I get it. You know, he's not like the most important character. In the long run,
He's not dead. Period.
I don't think so either. I don't think so.
I think, it's, yeah, I think it's gonna, hopefully drum up interest, make people excited for a season 4 to see what happens to Loial, because I'm sure he's a fan favorite for a lot of people. And I really think that whatever he discovers in there is going to be, it's going to be.
Well, I think that's why it's kind of ambiguous. You get a 4th season, you get to do some cool stuff, and if not, then what happens?
Yeah. So yeah, and like I said, they might figure out how to combine some kind of traveling and this and that, and also he could maybe he comes out in maybe in the basement. That's where all the secret doors to the steadings are.
I mean, wouldn't put anything past Rafe at this point.
And it could be if Rafe gets, maybe they say we got one more season, they're gonna need the Ogiers to
they're gonna need some fast travel for sure.
And they're gonna need some fucking monsters to fight with them. So they're gonna get
and the Ogier, that was one of the things that when you do get the Ogier to fight finally towards the end of the books, it is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty epic for sure. And let's talk about Padan Fain. I feel like one of the good things about this episode, even though he wasn't in it a ton, got to really kind of, power up his villainism, having basically getting the Whitecloaks to sneak them in the gate and then turning on them immediately. Good. The stuff between him and Perrin was good. I wish he would have just fucking killed them, but I get it's a TV show. Another thing that I feel like they've sowed the seeds for in the next season to be, going forward to be bigger. And also, if he does, everybody's going to die.
How long does Padan Fain last to the books?
To the very end.
To the very end, okay.
He dies in the last battle.
Does he have...
Epically.
Does he have... Does he... Who answers? Do the Forsaken answer to him, or does he answer to the Forsaken?
He answers to the Forsaken, except for when he tells him to fuck off and does what he wants.
Okay,
he goes real fucking rogue a lot, because the more he goes through, the stronger he becomes. He becomes something else entirely. Once he at a certain point in the books, he just keeps getting more insane. And he was Ishmael's henchman. Ishmael did some shit to him. The Dark One did some shit to him. So he just is like. I wish I had some sort of like Marvel villain or something to compare it to.
Yeah.
Because there isn't anything really.
He's the tall, skinny guy that's always right next to the big bad in Marvel. The tall, I forget what his name is.
I know, but like Thanos' little fucking minion that's like super telekinetic and fights Doctor Strange. Yeah, I know you're talking about
that guy. So, Justin, we might only have one episode of the Wheel of Time left.
It's kind of feeling that way, unfortunately. I'm gonna, I'm hoping I'm wrong, because I would love to see it be able to play out, because it's getting better and better. People are definitely hyping it, and it's definitely getting a following. So I hope that it happens, but it's, they're definitely tying it up so that they can leave it in a way that's like, I don't want to say satisfying, but you still have this kind of half a story, but you have at least a solid place where you can pick up from, whether it's, a different, network or whatever. But
yeah,
I don't know, with Sony behind it and stuff, like some of the stuff they've done, I saw this metric. Breaking Bad was one that really didn't jump off till like season 3. It was a good show, but that's when it really, really got popular. And they stuck with that and, through that. And then there's just a few other shows that were kind of the same. So I'm hoping, based on like a past track record, especially with the jump in what seems to be ratings and stuff this season, that we will get to do more. I would almost wonder, if they do more, will they let Rafe do it? or will they hire a, you know, consultant to come help out with some things?
Yeah.
Because while there was a lot of fan service this season and there were things that were much, much better, most of the things that were much better were literally them, you know, trying to be as book accurate as possible and just cramming it down your throat. It was fine. A lot of times they did a really, really good job editing and everything else, but, you know, you can still feel it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I'd love to have 10 episodes. I feel like it wouldn't feel that way, but there are plenty of shows that manage to do great things in 8 or 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We watched Yellow Jackets. They have very full seasons at 9 and 10 episodes. I was just watching something else the other day that only had 8 or 9. Oh, Last of Us, 9 episodes, I think, first season. And, you know, just killed it. So, you know, I know Wheel of Time is very huge, but I feel like that's a little bit of an excuse at this point. You've had enough time to set up. You can leave some shit out that, you know, like I said, whatever, Alanna and Maksim, but it's like, it's just something you don't need.
You can negotiate. Like if filming on a soundstage will guarantee you another year, then fucking go to a soundstage. Like,
yeah, I'm kind of with that too.
Like I'm
not mad about it.
You know, like I said, I would gladly trade these amazing shots and scenes and areas for a Buffy show. And just like, I think here's the problem, people. Now that I'm 4 books in and 3 seasons in, you can't turn the Wheel of Time book series into a show as it is. You can make a Wheel of Time show, but I don't think the only way you can turn these 15 books into a good show is if you're independently wealthy and you can just fucking do it no matter what. Like, it's too epic. It's too up and down. There's too many characters. There's too many storylines. There's just, you're going to alienate people one way or the other. And if you're too loyal to the books, a lot of the book people won't care because they're like, I fucking read the books. I'm done. You know, or you're going to piss off the other people. And like, and yeah. I think trying to find a wheel of, I don't know what you would do. Like, I would have to read the rest of the books to really know what show to do, because you're going to piss off a lot of people too if you just do a 3-season Aiel show. But you almost need to do don't even sell it. Like, the people who know will know what the Aiel are. Otherwise, if you're just coming on to learn about this cool tribe, it'll be a fun show. And then you do another, you really have to piecemeal this into the zeitgeist. You can't just, and I'm saying this hoping that they can. I hope they figure it out. I hope that it's big enough that they get a season 4 and it starts to build. Like, it finally catches fire and people just want to see all 16 seasons of the Wheel of Time. That's great.
Yeah.
But I think because you either have to go super duper slow to build the world and you're going to lose a bunch of people, or you have to go too fast and it's going to get.
Well, and if you go too slow, all these actors are going to age out.
Yeah.
They just are. You can't, if you're going to fucking drop a season every 3rd year, it's just not going to work out.
Yeah.
And I think that is as big of a hurdle for this as anything else. You know, I think just, you know, fucking Rand's going to be 35 if you get 3 more seasons minimum. I mean, so like, at what point do you fucking be like, okay, you know, fucking Perrin's a grandpa?
Like, it would be super cool to Harry Potter these and do 15 movies, but that's going to take 25 years. And like you said, at the rate we're going, it's going to take us 25 years to get through 8 seasons.
That's the thing, you know, it's like, I'm positive and, you know, I want to see more, but my inner cynic just says, this is it, man. And that's okay. But I don't know, man. I don't I think that when you look at everything, like you said, let's just say they're like, okay, we're going to do 3 more seasons. So hypothetically, 3 more seasons is going to take
10 years.
Let's say they do it fast. 7 years. Rand's going to be 40, 37. And, movie magic, whatever. Yeah. But you don't think these people are going to want to do other things with their career?
Yeah.
Besides being on this fucking set for a year and a half every time. Like, that's a lot to ask of anyone in a career. And unless you're that dedicated to this, or you can't get any other work,
and you're
all actor, but where's my motivation, dude? Like, why would they do that? And it's not like they're getting paid ungodly amounts of money for the show, I'm sure.
Yeah. And if any of these actors catch fire, then
yeah, let's just say like there's a new Marvel movie and Perrin gets cast as Thor. Deuces, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Rand gets cast as the new gay Captain America because nobody likes black Captain America. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
You know what the answer is? Cartoon. You got to animate it, because then they don't age out, and
they can still voice it.
And Rand can do that voice for 30 years if he needs to.
Yeah, why not?
And then and then, like you said, and then you get people excited about the property, and then you could do whatever. Like
Then you could reboot it in 10 years and like make it great.
I think you need to do offshoots. I think you need to I think you need to do it's funny because I don't watch any of the Star Wars.
Bro, I mean, that's not a terrible idea. Let's say it ended right here. You could do a Perrin story that, Rand pops up in from time to time, because they are separated for a good chunk of the books after this. Matt pops up from time to time where you see Nynaeve. Oh, how's Matt? You know what I mean? So, I mean, that could be done in a really good way too. But I mean, I just feel like I kind of shit all over this episode. There were a lot of things I like. But there was some stuff that I was just kind of like,
well, even in the goodness of it, it just shows the inconsistency in the whole show. And that's
like from scene to scene.
Fucking problem is the inconsistency.
Like when Perrin and Faile were fighting, and he's like, "Stay behind me and take out the ones I miss." Like, that was a dope scene. She was fucking shit up, dude, and he's smashing people with the axe and hammer, which was great. So, yeah, I thought that was cool.
Everybody, please. I hate to beg. I don't want to be a beggar, but man, if we could get an audience to show up next week, now that for the finale and the whole season, we're going to be talking about this season some more. We're going to be talking about each episode some more. I'm going to let people in on a little, just because I mentioned it to Fatty. So we're gonna have a 2-minute business meeting right now. So I think is what I'm going to do, Fatty, is I'm going to need to take a couple weeks off in May, but I think is what I'll do is I don't think I'm going to take as much time off as I was afraid I was going to have to. What I'll probably do is we'll still do some live episodes, but is what I probably won't re-release them on my podcast thing, because that.
What do you mean?
When I package it and put it on iTunes and stuff like that, that takes me 2 to 3 hours to do all that. So what I'm gonna
be doing them here.
Yeah. I'll go back to it eventually, because I think business wise I need to do it, but just to keep us from having too long of a total hiatus. I need to find a job out there, people. That's what I need to do. I love doing this. I enjoy doing this. I have tried my fucking damnedest for the last 5 years to turn this into my paying job. It's not working, but I still want to do it. I still love doing it. I still love
talent
talking.
Sucks. It's not your fault.
I mean, look at who I'm saddled with. The good host left. I mean, Jeremy just took off.
No, I was stuck with a drunk fucking idiot, just fucking babbles the entire time, steps on my jokes.
No buts.
Takes 4 hours. Takes fucking 4 hours.
But yeah, so I just need to once I get a job and I can pay some bills, then this is still the greatest hobby in the world. and I'm going to keep doing it till it pays somehow, some way. And
if Wheel of Time stops, we'll just go back to fucking Movies R Us because that shit was fun, and maybe Jeremy will come back too since he's the better host.
Exactly.
Saying.
Well, I love you, Justin. I love all of our listeners out there. Next Thursday, 8 p.m. Come talk with us about the season finale, possibly the series finale. We won't know for a while now. But we're going to keep talking about it. Justin and I are going to have some fun. We'll have some recaps. Justin and I want to like this show, and this was a perfect episode to just show how hard that is sometimes. Justin and I might just let our inner dragon loose and just do a hate watch of the whole series.
I think what we should do is do a live rewatch of the entire thing and just like the player haters ball on it. Just destroy it just for fun. Yeah. Especially if it doesn't get reviewed. That'll be like a nice, just, Viking funeral for everything. Totally. It'll be a ton of fun. We could probably get some guests on that'll help us shit on it. And just not shit on it. Just, have some fun.
Hey, you know what? It's
time for bed.
Okay.
At this many episodes, it's exactly 24 hours long. So we'll just do a marathon. We'll do a midnight to midnight hate watch marathon.
Honestly, I might die if we did that. But it sounds amazing. I don't know.
So
I said to my wife to the fucking, but you gotta go. It's 10 a.m. Goes to give me some whiskey and a sandwich.
No, we'll make her and Kelly do a 3-hour block so we can get a nap.
Oh, let's talk about SVU.
All right, Justin.
And then that one episode where Stabler beat up the pedophile is my favorite. There was 17 episodes like that. Which one?
Oh, we're gonna find out. Well, I love you, Justin. I love our listeners. Keep listening. Keep hanging out. Keep sending us some emails. What the hell is our thankthelight@gmail.com. Yeah, and then when this show tanks, tell us what else to talk about. We're gonna be showing up. We're gonna be showing up talking anyways. It might as well be something.
I want Movies R Us again, man. Like once this is done, I want to go back to that. I was having a blast with that shit, and we got a lot of movies that we can watch. It'll be a blast. So
we have. I am super down for that.
Sweet. Well, I love you, brother. Let me know how we want to go after this next episode, and may you always find water in shades, nerds.
We definitely have 2 more. We'll do the season finale, and then we'll do a full wrap up. Sorry to interrupt your outro.
No. I know we're gonna have probably at least, even if they canceled it tomorrow, we'd still have probably 10 episodes to do. But put your dagger in your horn box, and just remember, fucking Wetlanders, dude. Even the Shadowrunners are soft.
Where did it go? Oh. See y'all next week, sheep tutors.
Thank you for listening to Thank the Light,
tutors.
the Wheel of Time podcast.
You're
Do yourself a favor.
blower.
Tune in live
You are.
on YouTube at What Sounds Awesome. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And check us out in
I can't hear
real
it.
time. Get your
I
questions
can't
and
hear it.
comments read on air, or just be the first to hear us. If you can't be here live, please
But it sounds
send
like
your
it, too.
questions and comments to thankthelight@gmail.com. That
Sounds
is
like this.
thankthelight@gmail.com. Until then,
Hey, what are you guys
put
doing?
your dagger in the horn box.
Later, brother.
See you later.
No, that's imaginary, but I'm a masterpiece. You know I do it for me. And all my colors and paints, all my lines and my shapes, every move that I make, I am not basic, it's self-explanatory. I am a masterpiece. You know I do it for me. Just the way I like it, yeah.
By Desmond McNeese for We Mixed It, LLC. Go to whatsoundsawesome.com.
And this is where the hilarious outtake would appear.